Benevolence to Immortals. You can call me Whimsical William. Welcome to my channel. Alright, I want to do another short video where I talk about video games again. I've been really enjoying video games, but I haven't been playing them lately as much as I want to. But maybe this video could inspire me and all of you out there in the YouTube landscape to fire up a video game, whether it's side-scroll platform, a racing game, a racing sim, fighting game, puzzle game, RPG, JRPG, whatever you fancy. MMO, whatever you like to play. Just take a few moments to just play it. But in particular, I want to talk about open worlds and sandlot games such as Grand Theft Auto, Mafia, just games that have like a large cohesive world that you could play around in. I'm honestly tired of these video games, and I feel like not every new game needs to be open world. I felt pretty fatigued with Zelda Breath of the Wild. The game was amazing. It was spectacular, especially for the time. I never thought that Zelda would go in that direction. But with its strengths came slight weaknesses, we'll say. For instance, there was less puzzles. Well, I can't even say there was less puzzles, but there was less of a blending of the puzzles, if you will, where you go into a temple and in order to fight the boss or in order to get to the boss even, you needed to solve a puzzle, and it was more streamlined. When you fought against the 4 divine beasts, you had to do puzzles to get to the divine beast, but technically you're already inside of the divine beast, but you needed to fight the malice that was controlling the beast. That was kind of seamless, but when I go back and play older Zelda games like Wind Waker, my favorite, Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, the temple and the fact that the world was like kind of open, but it wasn't open to where there was no loading screens. Even though traversing the world wasn't seamless, getting the puzzles to connect with the battles or the different landscapes was more seamless to me. And also with the I wouldn't say wasted effort, but with the extra effort that it takes to make the world seamless, it takes away from the aspects of having more random details. Now, as game consoles and games in general get more powerful, we're seeing a lot of details even within big open worlds. But it's not quite as good as, say you have a game where each area is its own individual entity, whereas you have one giant area. I'm just also tired of so many games almost mimicking Grand Theft Auto. Now, I love Mafia. I'm absolutely going to pick up the new one, but it does mimic that sandlot appeal. But the difference is Mafia focuses a lot more on story, and Mafia also is a lot more linear. Like, you follow the story beats versus just being able to do whatever you want in this giant sandbox. Now, there's strengths and weaknesses to every type of video game, but I honestly just miss games that didn't have a giant open world for you to play in. There are few far in between. With that being said, I do appreciate a detailed, vast world. It's super cool. But I think someone like me and others that are like me we get lost in the vastness and we don't explore everything and we don't see everything, and it takes multiple gameplays. Whereas when I'm playing Wind Waker or I'm playing Beautiful Joe, I see everything in each world because I know that the world is going to change as I beat the boss and go somewhere else. So, with multiple smaller worlds or smaller stages or levels, I really appreciate everything that's in the area. And it's kind of like, here's a crazy example. So, human life, we live to be an average of 75, 76 years old, give or take. If we were immortal, we wouldn't spend our days trying to optimize and trying to be efficient and trying to survive and just kind of do the best that we can. It wouldn't be, the stakes wouldn't be as high. So therefore, a lot of us will just lounge around and we're not going to die. So, whatever, we'll do whatever we want, and that's a great way to live. It's pretty cool. But when the stakes are higher, we tend to get more serious and a little more desperate with the things that we do. Oh, I don't have a lot of time left. I'm getting older. I need to pursue this career. I need to make peace with my parents. I need to make peace with my kids. I want to get my favorite sports car. I want to rest. I want to do all the things that you can't do if you're not alive. So it's the same thing with the video games, whereas I got this massive world, it almost feels never ending. So if I don't see everything in this upper left-hand corner, I could always come back to it. Whereas I'm playing a game with stages and levels, if I don't see everything within this first run, I won't be able to go back there until I do another playthrough or until I finish a certain aspect of the game. Then I could go back, but it could throw the storyline off. Also, I find that games that aren't sandlots and aren't giant open worlds are more linear, but it helps me focus more on the story and enjoy the story. Whereas if something is a giant sandlot, I can aimlessly roam around and just not get much done. I'm just less focused when it comes to a game with a massive size world. But with that being said, a massive size world gives you so much to just look for, so many secrets and so much to find if it's done properly. Some massive worlds have nothing in them. They're barren. They're just wastelands. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about open world games because holy, there are a lot of them. I was thinking about games that weren't open world, and as time goes on, there are more and more open world games. They're everywhere. And some genres that don't even need to be open world or open world. I think at some point, they tried to make open world fighting games. I would think that would never work, but someone could try it. I don't know. But the open world Pokemon game was kind of tough. It just didn't really meet my expectations, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm an apologist when it comes to Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, but it's an ugly game. It doesn't run well. It feels like it's being held together with tape and staples and cardboard, but it's so fun. At the end of the day, what really matters is if a game is fun and you enjoy sinking hours into it, even if it's ugly, even if the frame rate is low. Because back in the day when I was younger, we had the Bit Wars. We had not so great graphics, but the games are fun and the stories were really interesting. So with that being said, thank you so much for checking out another video. This one's a little bit shorter, but I still hope you enjoy it all the less. Until next time, peace.